Godspeed.
Ahoy, all of you flick freaks out there, what is going on? My name is Andrew, and we're going to continue on with the top 100 movies of all time. We have made it to number 3. The third greatest movie of all time will soon follow, but first I'd like to say a disclaimer, as I've said before, every single one of these videos. Keep in mind, every single film that I'm listing off here in the top 10 is going to get their own individual video on YouTube. So if you haven't seen 4 through 10 yet, you got to go back and watch all of those. Actually, if you haven't seen 4 through 100, I really recommend you go and watch those first, because there are a lot of fascinating movies on that list. Having said that, I think we shouldn't wait any longer and take a look at number 3. Okay, I'm curious, who didn't call that these movies were going to be in my top 100 films of all time? Coming in at number 3, we have the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'm counting them all as one movie, because if I didn't do that with all of these films, I would have nothing but Lord of the Rings, James Bond, and Star Wars on this list. So I'm combining all 3 movies into one. I know you're going to ask me which of the 3 is my favorite, and surprisingly enough, my favorite movie in the Lord of the Rings trilogy is The Two Towers. I think that The Two Towers is an absolutely fascinating movie. The Battle of Helm's Deep is one of the most iconic pieces in film history, and especially one of my favorites. But then, of course, you have other scenes in other movies, like the Riders of Rohan scene in The Return of the King, whenever they're rushing into Minas Tirith. I think that is one of the most tear-jerking scenes from any movie. And it's not because it's sad, it's because it's just overwhelming. There's so much emotion that's going on in that scene that you can't help but just well up with tears whenever that's going on. I don't know how many times I saw The Fellowship of the Ring in theaters whenever it first came out, because I had never read Tolkien's books. I'd heard of them, but I'd never read them. So whenever I went to see this movie, I didn't know what I was going to expect going in. I didn't know that these movies were going to change my life the way they did. I think every couple generations, you're going to have a film series that defines the people that were born in that generation. For a bunch of people before me, they had the original Star Wars trilogy, and that's what did it for them. And then for my generation, I think it was more the Jurassic Park or The Matrix that kind of did that. And now for a new generation, it's going to be either the Harry Potter franchises or what I hope is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think that Star Wars and Lord of the Rings are going to go down as the most iconic film trilogies in history. And I'm talking about the original Star Wars trilogy. And I'm not including, just in case anybody's curious, I'm not including the Hobbit movies in this. It is the trilogy. I wasn't a fan of the Hobbit movies. The second one, Desolation of Smaug, I thought that was a pretty good movie. Third movie was just atrocious. That movie was fucking bad. It was a bad movie. But if I had to rank the original, or if I had to rank this trilogy, for me it would go The Two Towers, then it would be Return of the King, and then Fellowship of the Ring. And Fellowship of the Ring and Return of the King are this close, because I really, really did love Fellowship of the Ring. The probably my favorite duo in the entire film series is Legolas and Gimli. Just the chemistry that they had going back and forth between each other is great. And then, of course, you have some iconic characters like Smeagol that everybody loves, and some inspiring characters like Aragorn or Gandalf. And you can nerd out all day about how amazing the Lord of the Rings trilogy is, and how that film series forever changed the way that films are going to be made. I guess that's the biggest comparison you can make to Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, is they both changed the way that forever past them, films were going to be made. You can't have what is considered an iconic film unless it meets these requirements that each of these trilogies have set out. So if that is not enough to get you on board with how this movie is in my top 10 films of all time, then just let it be, because these movies are absolutely beautiful. The performances are fantastic. The story is incredible. And there is nothing in this movie that you won't find that you will love. There's something in this movie for everybody. There is truly something in these movies for everyone. And that is why it will forever be in my top 100 films of all time. And it will most likely stay in my top 10 films of all time. Top 3, who knows? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the third greatest film series of all time. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. We only have 2 more videos left, and we are done. Can you believe it? It really doesn't feel right that I'm this close to being done. And I really hope you guys have enjoyed this journey that we've all gone on together of the top 100 films of all time. If you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button down there. And if you check up in the top right corner, you're going to see a little card icon. One will take you over to our other channel, Game Geeks, where we do Let's Plays and walkthrough guides for video games. The other card will take you over to the Flick Freak store. If you want t-shirts, coffee mugs, phone or tablet cases, we have all that stuff there. We have a Patreon campaign where every single dollar put in that Patreon campaign gets put directly back into this channel to make it better. Because we're all going to make the channel better together. Thank you so much for watching these videos with me, and I will catch you guys in the next video, where we find out what is the second greatest movie of all time. I can't believe it. It really doesn't feel like we're already here. It really doesn't. But I will say, until the next video, thank you for watching, and Godspeed to 10,000 subscribers.
We're kind of funny, and this video is over.